Solving linear equations. So for example, 6x minus 5 is equal to 11. In solving linear equations, there will be just one rule that the main rule we need to use. The first thing is just things here like x terms x or y or something like this that is not defined and should be the left side or right side, and then the constants and the real numbers like 5, you can see that from here 5 or 11 should be in one side, and then you can solve it very easily. So firstly, we know that the from this expansion we can find the x, right? With subtracting, dividing, and adding or something like this. So this is the thing that we need to do in solving linear equations. So first thing is, so 6x minus 5 equal to 11, the first step. Then we will have one rule here, the rule number 1. As I said, the terms like x or y should be in one side only, not the x and the constants like the -5 and -5 should be in one side. So we have to move -5 to another side. Like this -2 should be moved to the right hand side, right? So to solve these equations. So in that case, what we have to do is moving the -5 to right side. So in moving the numbers from one side to another, the units and the signs here will be changed. Like this is -5, and if you want to move it from one side to another, it will be +5. Like 6x is equal to 11 plus 11 plus 5, because as I told you, we are moving the -5 from right side to right side to left side to right side, which means we have to change its sign from negative to positive. It should be opposite, like minus should be changed to positive, and positive to negative, and multiplying should be dividing, and opposite dividing should be multiplication. Plus 5. Okay. And then we can just solve it, right? And the 6x is equal to 11 plus 5 is equal to 16. And now we know that 6x is equal to 6 multiplied by x, right? 6 times x is 16. From that rule, as I show you, the multiplication, if we want to move it from one side to another side, multiplication will be changed to dividing, right? This rule also works here. So x is equal to 16 over 6. Here, this will be our answer, final result. But not its final result, because we need to change it to a mixed number and simplify it. So firstly, x is equal to, we can divide the both sides by 2, right? 2 here also. So this will equal to 8 divided by 3, and then the x equal to 2 to 3 divided by 3. So we have to write it as the mixed number if they ask to write it to do this. So this will be our final result. So why we are when the moving from one side to another side, we are changing the sign, right? Let's prove it. So prove. For example, let's say in that case, let's take this one as an example. 6x minus 5 is equal to 11. So to solve this the equation, as I told you, we have to left only x the one side and then the constants to the right side or opposite, right? So in that case, not without moving, we can just do it as adding something and dividing something to the both sides, like right? For example, in that case, we can add the 5 to both sides, right? And then we can write it as 6x plus 5 minus 5 is also equal to 11 plus 5, right? Because we are adding the same number to the two sides, and which means there will not be any difference between them. So minus 5 and plus 5 will be equal to 0. This will equal to 0, but here the plus 5 exists. And from that rule, we know that if adding the same thing to one side is just a bit more on work taking. That's why we just can move the -5 from one side to another as was changing its sign. Like this, if this is a negative, we will change it to positive. It's positive to negative, and something like this. And we can write it as like this. And then, and this is 0. We say 6x is equal to 16. And again, now we can divide the both sides by 6, right? To my aim is just lefting the x itself, not the any constants in front next to x. So that's why we can divide a 6, right? Because 6 the 6 will give us 1, and only the x will be exist here. So x itself, because 6x over 6x over 6 is equal to 16 over 6. Then this will be cancelled out, and then x will be equal to 16 over 6. So that rule will work again, just moving the constant from one side to another side was changing the sign. This was multiplication, and we moved this from one side to another with dividing it, like in that rule. Is that true? Yes. And this is just a per minute. This dividing the both sides by 6. And this is just a single rule in working with the linear equations. 6 over 6 and 3 and 2. 2 and 3. So let's take more complicated example. So 3x minus 4 is equal to 5 2x plus 3. So in that cases, the first thing we have to do is expanding the brackets. We know the expanding, right? First the 3 to x, and then 3 to -4, and 5 to 2x, and 5 to plus 3. So 3x minus 12 is equal to 10x plus 15. All right. So the same rule, the first thing we have to do is moving the x's to one side and the constants to another side. So let's move the 10x here. This is positive 10x to the left side. As I told you, the signs will be changed to opposite sign. This is positive sign, and it will change to negative sign, negative 10x. 3x minus 10x is equal to 15 itself, and then minus 12 will be moved to the right side, and then it's also negative will be changed to positive 1, positive 12 plus 12. Then 3x minus 10x is equal to negative 7x. and this is equal to 27. Then x, this is multiplication as we know, x is equal to 27 over minus 7, because this is multiplication, and if we move the 7 from one side to another, it will be changed to dividing, not multiplying, it's dividing. So x is equal to minus 27 over 7, or x is equal to minus 3.6%. Yes, this will be our final answer to this question. Firstly, we expanded the brackets and then solved it as the first rule. So then, let's say this one. Let's work with some shapes, right? So let's say we have a triangle, no, a rectangle, and its one side is 8 minus 3x, and its second side is 2, 5 minus 2x. A to B, and D to C. So from the simple geometry, we know that this in a rectangle, these sides, the opposite sides will be equal to each other, and which means AB is equal to DC here, right? Then we just need to put the equations to make these terms to make the equation. So 8 minus 3x is equal to 2, 5 minus 2x. Minus 2x. Then 8 minus 3x is equal to, firstly, we have to expand it, right, to 5 and then to negative 2x. 10 minus 4x. So my negative 4x will be moved to the left-hand side with change each side to positive. So then 8 will be negative 8 to right-hand side, right side. So 4x minus 3x is equal to 10 minus 8. Then x is equal to 2. So the question asked about finding the value of x, and then we found it with equating the opposite sides of the rectangle. So then let's work with angles. Let's say, for example, we have something like this, and then 3 different parts. The first part is equal to 3x plus 20 degree. 20 degree. The second part is 2x degree, and then x plus 40 degree. So another geometry rule, we know that if the line is a straight, A to B, actually, A to B, if it is a straight line, and the degree here will be equal to 180, right? The addition of the angle in the straight line will be 180 degrees. So another equating things. So firstly, we have 3 parts, and the sum of the 3 parts should give us 180 degrees. So we can write it as the 3x plus 20 degree plus 2x plus x plus 40 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Then we have like terms, right? 3x, x, and x, which is equal to 6x, and plus the 20 and the 40 will give us 60, which is equal to 180. Then we have to move the 60 degrees from a left side to right side with changing its sign. So 6x is equal to 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. And then 6x is equal to 120 degrees. And we have to move the 6 here as the dividing. Then x is equal to 120 divided by 6. And then x will be equal to 20 degrees. So the question asked about finding the x, and we found the x value by adding the 3 parts and equating them to 180 degrees. So then we'll have another one. Okay, let's work with some dividings also. X minus 3 divided by the 4 is equal to 5. So what we're gonna do in that case? So as we know that x minus 3 divided by 4 is equal to just divided by 4 and is equal to 5, right? We can write it as like this. And the dividing will be changed to multiplying, right? Dividing will change to multiplying. So this will be multiplying 4 here. So we have to multiply 4 here as well because it's dividing and dividing to multiplying and changing the side of the constants. So x minus 3 will be equal to 5 multiplied by 4. So x minus 3 is equal to 20. Then the negative 3 will be moved to one side to another, with changing its signs to sign to positive 3, and x is equal to 20 plus 3, which is equal to x is 23. This will be our final answer. Just the thing we have to do is knowing this is a dividing, this is dividing, and then the multiplying the numerator to the constant in the another opposite side. So so let's move to the final rule. So what about the dividings will happen in both sides? Let's say x minus 4 divided by 5 is equal to x minus 2 divided by 6. So in that cases, this is just a simple rule, as we know. The first thing we have to do is multiplying, changing the dividing 5 to multiplying 5 with changing the side of it, and then the 6 to this side. We call this rule cross multiplying. We just make it simply we just make it more simpler and say the 5 here, this thing here should be multiplied to this thing, only the here, and then the 6 to this thing, the x minus 4 here. And this rule called cross multiplying rule in linear equation. So we'll use that rule again. First thing we have to do is multiplying the 6 to x minus 4. The 6 is 6 multiplied by x minus 4, and then 5 to x minus 2. So then this will be equal to, we should open it, we should expand the bracket first. here to firstly to x and to -4, and then to x and -2 as well. So 6x minus 6 multiplied by 4 is equal to 5 multiplied by x minus 5 multiplied by 2. Then so 6x minus 24 is equal to 5x minus 10. Then we have to move the 5x to another side, as the changing the sign to from positive to negative. 6x minus 5x is equal to -10 plus 24. So x is equal to, and we know that the 6x minus 5x is equal to x, and 24 minus 10 is equal to 14. So our answer will be 14. So just what we are doing is from just a simple rule, as I show you from this one, and this is just simple, just the same with the previous one that I show you. For example, in that cases we can write it also like with doing more work, like x minus 4 divided by 5 is equal to x minus 2 divided by 6. Firstly, you have to multiply the 5 to the x minus 2 divided by 6, because it's dividing in the one side, the left side, and we are changing we are moving to the right side, 5. So x minus 4 is equal to 5 multiplied by x minus 2 divided by 6. And this will be equal to x minus 4 is equal to 5 x minus 2 divided by 6, right? And then there's another thing we have to do is the multiplying 6 to left hand side, because it is dividing and we are moving it from one side to another. So x minus 4 is equal to 6 multiplied by x minus 4 is equal to 5 x minus 2. So it's the same as I show you with the previous one. So this is just was a proving of it. So you know that, and now you can write. You can just use the cross multiplication in that cases instead of multiplying one side to another, and then after opening the brackets and then multiplying the second thing to the first side of the equation. So just multiplying the numerator here to the this thing here, and then the 6 to x minus 4 here. So that was the end of this lesson, and thank you for watching video until the end.